A battle report here playing against Nate with his CincyCon list. I believe Nate is also going to film this battle report. I've got what I consider to be an abusive list that I would never play in a fun game. My list consists...
But this isn't a fun game.
It's not a fun game. My list consists of three things. Allied Dark Eldar contingent with an Archon, Kabalites in a Venom, Razorwing Jet Fighter, Void Raven, an Autarch with the Warp Spider Jump Pack, and the Ulrichi Long Rifle, a Farseer, 2 squads of Wind Riders, 1 squad of Wraith Guard, a Hemlock Wraith Fighter, 2 Hornets, a Val's Weapon Battery, a Warwalker, and then the Hero's Path. And I did manage to roll Vortex on the... yeah, I did manage to roll Vortex on the Wraith Fighter so that it's got a Psychic's weapon. And Nate's side has 3 Knights, 1 with a Melta, 1 with a Battle Cannon, and 1... Castigator, and then a Sicaran, Scouts, Tech Marine, 2 drop pods, and a Culexus Assassin, and another drop pod has a standard... Is it standard Dreadnought?
Standard. The only thing I gave him is a Heavy Flamer.
Heavy Flamer. All right. And we're doing Contact Lost. This is not night fighting. It is Dawn of War deployment. Nate rolled first to go. We'll see if I can seize, but yeah. Drop pod lands. Dreadnought gets out. Nate moves the terrain in order to move his knights, but something like that.
Because I need to keep moving.
It's an unfriendly game, so he's holding objectives. Knights are all moving. The Sicaran and the Scouts over there don't move. We're on to... You don't have Psychers, so shooting.
Black Templar, damn it.
You have a Culexus, but he's not here, so it. In the shooting phase, unbelievably to me, he killed the Solitaire at a 2-up save. It got first blood from that, and from killing the bikes. See, he shot a lot and did a lot of damage. And we're on to the assault phase, for which I guess you could assault there. If you're in range, you probably not. You can. You didn't infiltrate.
I do get +1 to my charge if I'm within foot of my Warlord. My Warlord does in fact have that because he is...
Okay. No assault phase, and so it'll be my turn in a second.
I didn't make a 13-inch charge.
And you did not get your card because it was to, charge. It is done. Bikes shoot over here. Shadowseer is just sprinting across in the darkness. Death Jester walks to the window, so he's going to try to kill this drop pod Dreadnought before it does some damage. And it is on to the Psychic phase when I got Harness the Warp for my trait. I roll 6, which gives me a total of 8 dice.
Alright, I'm freak out.
Bad day for Psychics. On 8 dice, I got 1 success, and it was on the level 2 power, so it was useless. So I'm going to move on to shooting. A failure of an army. The Eldar jet bikes took 2 whole points off the knight at least, and everything else missed, including the D-weapon barrage.
No, you got 1 glance over there.
Oh, sorry, I glanced at Dreadnought with 3 strength 6 shots in the back. Those bikes are gonna do their bike run thing. It's 2d6. Oh, there! I rolled high for the first time in an entire round. That was my turn. I didn't get Harness the Warp, but Nate didn't get Blood and Guts, so stuff happens. And moving on to round 2. So sad. That was pathetic. So in the movement phase, it's a Castigator, I think's his name. That knight's here. He moved through terrain. His Warlord Knight is here. He didn't really move much. Other knight fell back. He's somehow afraid of my terrible rolls. The Culexus Assassin drop potted in, jumped out, standing right behind my Shadowseer. The Sicaran Battle Tank drives to the edge of the field. Scouts don't move. I sound depressed because I rolled so terrible. Even if I do well, I just can't believe how badly I rolled. And then Psychic phase, Nate has 5 shots to shoot at my Shadowseer. Whatever. All right, do it. Nate, in the Psychic phase, kills my Shadowseer, who happens to be my Warlord. And so he gets 2 points for Assassinate plus Warlord, giving him 3 total points so far to my 0 on round 2. Yes, so it's 3-0. And
round 2, it's okay.
All right, yeah, I was hoping, but with my pathetic shooting, it's not going to happen. I'll have to wait till round 3. So moving on to shooting. Shooting phase, which I should have covered in my video, he took out 1 Guardian on the weapons battery, killed 2 bikes. They don't run. In the assault phase, and the Culexus Assassin ran. Nothing else shot really because it couldn't see things. The weapons battery got assaulted by a Dreadnought and actually almost survived. The Dreadnought only hit once, but of course, it does only take 1 wound to kill one lone guy, so it was dead. And that was the end of your round 2 assault, and you score a whole bunch of points, I assume.
I score 2, I think.
You're at a total of 5 now. 5 to my 0.
Guts and objective 5. I'm
All right.
getting rid of the thing that makes you run.
Okay.
Because those things don't run easily, most of them.
No. All right. So I hold 1 objective, so I will hold 1 card, and you will film your side. Movement phase works out well for me. Everyone comes in.
On a 2-up, it happens.
On a 2-up, because I got an Autarch. So Hornet in the back corner. Hornet here. Cabalites and a Venom that are holding objective 5 because they're objective secured. The Hemlock, Razorwing, Bomber. Bomber dropped the bomb on the Knight. Dead, or practically dead on, so then it rolls a 1.
Hit him twice and roll 2/2s.
Oh, and I do have to roll wounds on my guys who landed in the building, but they'll probably not all be dead, because that's where the Wraith Guard go. This bike doesn't move because it jinked and it can't hit the armor that's worth hitting, so... yeah. Oh, the Death Jester. I guess he does have to move since he's the... Huh. Move the Death Jester. He's here. And that squad suffered no wounds, so we'll be on to Psychics as soon as Nate films his side. I don't remember if I mentioned the Warwalker is here with his lasers. Psychic phase, I Psychic Perilled on my flyer, rolled a 6, got awesomeness, but failed to get the Vortex to go off. The only Psychic power that went was Guide on the Wraith Guard. And now we're on to shooting, because I wanted to Vortex a Knight out. I'm not doing well at getting rid of Knights. So, all right, Nate will film and then I will move on. So in the shooting phase, I've just rolled terrible this game. I only took out 1 Knight. It scattered and I didn't lose anything. Which also was his Warlord, so I got Warlord. I hold objective 5 because they're troops. I harnessed the warp, so my score is currently 3 to Nate's 5. And this bike's gonna do its turbo boosty thing where it moves on the assault phase, but I don't think I have any other. Oh no, the Death Jester's gonna assault the drop pod. Yeah, on the assault, the Death Jester takes another whole point off the drop pod, so it is down 2 whole points. And that's it. So Nate now is going on to round 3. I did not table him. Matter of fact, I could get badly mauled by these Knights because it just didn't work out very well.
On the bright side, I can't.
So movement is done? Oh, did you do a Karen move or no? No?
It shimmied a little bit.
Shimmies for some reason. Nate's still thinking 6th edition where they had to move. The Castigator turns around. This Knight is running away from the D cannons.
Fuck yeah.
This Dreadnought's coming over here to get some. The assassin couldn't come over in here and get the Death Jester, so he's going to go ruin the day of some Cabalites.
He's going up to the Hornet to give him the clamps.
He's going to give him the clamps to the Hornet, and yeah. So now we're on to shooting. Oh, Psychics. Sorry, you got a Psyker, pseudo Psyker, non-Psyker.
I'll take it.
Nothing happens. He couldn't take out the Venom. He couldn't even glance it. Nate also forgot to move 1 inch closer to the flying Psychic vehicle to steal warp charges, which is in my favor. Shooting phase was pretty good for him, and he got a card for killing a Death Jester with a Flamer. And does that Tech Marine shoot the Hornet?
He whiffed. I'm going to charge him in a second.
And killed a whole bunch of Wraith Guard, reducing my D-weapon effectiveness.
It took a lot of gun
and messed up this Hemlock, actually, even with its 3-up and vulnerable. So that's pretty good. And it's missing one of its heavy D sights. So we're on to the assaults, where assaults happen.
Yep, just.
So back to that, I hold 2 objectives. Unless those guys are within range of that one, I don't think they are. So, yep. It's probably one of my worst rollings in games. So, Razorwing goes there. Voidwing Bomber is over here on the other side of the board. Bike is right behind this guy. Hornet is just hanging out on his side armor. The squad of big dudes got off the building. There's no one for them to shoot.
That was bad. That wasn't Psychic phase. Remember that?
Yeah, that's Psychic phase. This thing turns around.
Oh, God.
And Tech Marine is toughness 5 or 4?
Oh, he's standard.
Okay.
He just has 2 wounds.
Okay, very good. And so then Psychic phase says 5 dice.
Kimmelhooks hit him.
In the Psychic phase...
Do they run? Yes, fuck yeah. They're like, fuck this shit.
Do I have any dice left?
Let's see, you rolled how many with that?
Guide. No. Okay.
They're going 5 inches.
I focused Witchfire with Mind War and killed some scouts, and then did I get anything else off? I don't even remember anymore. Oh, I doomed the scouts.
No,
I doomed the Tech Priest.
Nice.
Yeah, he was denied. So we're on to the shooting phase. Shooting phase, Nate, you will declare where your shields are. So in the shooting phase, the snipers don't run, but I killed the Tech Priest. This bomber has totally failed me. The Titan's killed by the, what killed it? Oh, the Hornet. Hornet did his job. This guy with his Bright Lances has rolled the Bright Lance rolls, which are 1s. I'm going to drop the card Strike and Evade because I can't accomplish it. And I do hold objective 2, which pulls me up to 4 points to Nate's 6 on the bottom of round 3. And this jet bike's got to do its run move thing in the assault phase, but there's no other assaults, right? Because that would be stupid. I would not want to assault you.
Do it.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
rolled 2 dice, not 3.
Oh, 2 dice. That's even better. 10. Movement. Drop pod stays where it is, still holding the objective. The lone dreadnought's kind of trudging along. That assassin doesn't move at all. This Karen's trying to get near my bomber, and the knight is going to try to take out the hornet. And we're on to your scouts don't move at all, right? They just hang out.
That way I can still sniper.
They can still sniper. All right, because they're not relentless. And so psychics, your assassin gets 3 shots. So in the psychic phase, that vehicle has now lost a gun, the Venom, and now we're on to shooting, where the Hornet is already starting to jank. I don't know why it's going to get assaulted, but okay.
Why not?
In the shooting phase, I lost my Viper. Venom, sorry. We talked about Vipers just a second ago off camera. And the guys just get out, and then they get a grenade thrown at them, and they ignore it. Nothing happens to my Archon. He felt no pain when he got shot with a sniper gun. I lost a Hornet in shooting. It was sad for the Hornet, and because it just lost, it almost survived. It wouldn't have survived the charge, but you never know. And it's on to the assault phase, and you can only have 1 assault, I think, which is the assassin if he wanted to charge the guys. This assassin kills the Cabalites, no surprise. And it's on to Nate's points, where he's got 6 to 4 right now. What do you get?
Let's see. I got 1.
1, so you're at 7 to my 4. And I hold 1 objective, 2 objectives. So I've got objective 2 and objective 4. So I draw 2 cards. The Joy of Lament. And no prisoners. Not looking good for me. Despite, it's just because my rolls, they were terrible. The Hemlock comes in and vector dances, turning right at the face of the knight. Warwalker, who's done nothing, is right there. Bike goes shooting over to here, on my table side. My squad of death guys, they split apart with... actually, if I stand here at the corner, am I still within 3 inches? Can you measure that?
Certainly.
Yes. All right, he's going to stand on the corner,
magically.
and he does not wound himself when he jumps up there.
I moved it.
Okay.
Moved the entire building.
He moves the building. Void. The bomber is on the table, but the Razor Wing is not, and so we're onto the psychic phase, where I roll 1 dice. In this psychic phase, I managed to pull off the vortex, and yet failed because I have a 3-up pinball, but I failed to take him out with the vortex. It's still sitting there, and we are moving on to shooting. So, in the shooting phase, I took out a drop pod. I killed the Night Titan.
Vortex, damn it.
The Vortex is that's your Vortex. It actually was taken out by the Bright Lance. First time it did its job all game. The Archon and the Farseer just kind of jaunt along. The Sniper Rifle failed to kill a scout, and there was the Void Raven that took out the drop pod. So I do kill 2 units, but I think I needed 3 for... Yeah, I needed to destroy 3 or more to get D3.
I'm sorry.
And I only killed 2. 1, 2. Alright, so I don't know why I just rolled.
Because you still got 1. There we go.
Yeah, so I still got 1, so I'm at 5 to Nate's 7, and I'm dropping Joy of Lament. So at the end of my turn, it is 5 to 7, and Nate has how many cards do you draw now?
I drew 2 more.
2, because you got 2 objectives. 1, 2. All right. You got no one in reserve?
Well, those 3 Titans over there on the table.
Yeah, they're way in reserve. They're in craters in the ground somewhere.
So far, they might come
Are we in round 4? We're in round 4? Yes. Top of 4? Top of 3? Top of 4?
I want to say it's the start of 4.
You feel no pain to me over here? I was on round 3 last turn.
Okay.
But maybe it's 5, whichever. Continue.
Either way,
Move along.
Either way, I'm going to end it.
Do your things.
Okay.
Okay, movement is done. Where and we don't have psychics, right? Because you got nothing to shoot.
No.
Oh, we can shoot there.
Yeah, I can shoot that.
Yeah. Okay.
How many
So
shots do I get? 1.
1 shot. I don't. I do jink actually. I jink.
Yeah, you don't.
I jink. And let's see for other movement. The Rangers are going to try to make a charge so he can get a victory on his card. And you should move that small red dice over to my wounded Archon. But you're going to fear shooting them because you'll fail your charge. Sakaran turned. Qlex's assassin stands in one place. So go ahead, roll your shooting. I don't fear you, but I do jink. Yeah.
Okay, shooting phase.
All right, on to shooting. Shooting phase. He kills the Archon and the Farseer. Aww. And he's not going to make a charge now, but apparently I have to have a full base over the line for whatever his thing is. And so he apparently gets that point. And
I got no others because
nothing else.
No, I got objective 6.
Objective 6.
And
yes.
I can't issue a challenge because
The Qlex's assassin is still there. He could still issue a challenge. Though you already dropped a card, didn't you? Didn't you already drop a card? I don't know.
Yes, I did.
So you got 2 points or 1 point?
2.
2. So you are at 9 then, to my 5. And it's on to my turn, where I hold 1, 2, 3 objectives. Movement phase. Bike is chucking this way. My Autarch jumps off the building with his jump pack and doesn't hurt himself. Vector dancing vehicle is here. The 2 Wraith Guard are just walking along. They're going to try to kill this tank. Fighters here, and I'm going to start shooting. Nothing happens in the psychic phase because there's nothing I could do reasonably.
No, roll 3, come on.
I'm not. All right. So if I had rolled 3, what would happen? I still wouldn't have got it. And so moving on to the shooting phase. At the end of the shooting phase and the assault phase, well, they can't assault because they're 12 inches away from you. I take out his dreadnought with the fighter. I poorly aimed this vector dancing vehicle, and I turbo boosted my bike all the way over to objective 1, which, by the way, was my secret objective. What was your secret objective?
6.
6. That one over there, which I don't hold because I have a flyer on it. So I get objective 1. It is also a card of mine. So I get 2 points on that, which will bring me up to 7, 1 below you.
You have line breaker, I do not. We tied.
No, sorry, 2 below you. That's why I was saying 1, because I have line breaker, and you will still win then if the game were to go on. Who knows? But because I need to get an assault in, and I can't assault anything.
What would I have gotten? Would I be able to even do anything? I would need to kill your HQ, which means I would have gotten an immediate D3.
You would have gotten 3 more. Yeah, you would have gotten.
And then
if the game would the game have ended.
The game. These guys would have assaulted there.
Yeah, no, you probably would, unless I could table you, which it's more and more likely.
I have less models than I used to. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 models on the board.
Yeah. So, anyways, Nate wins this
by
1 point on round 5. Yeah, and it's I think I lost mostly on just the most hideous dice rolls that I've had in games in a long time.